Welcome to the first episode of Today I Look Into. Today I will be analyzing the hit animated series Bridge Kids, the hilarious show that has flown under the radar of many people. Despite the show garnering millions of views on YouTube, there are only a handful of videos covering Bridge Kids. None of those videos examined Bridge Kids deeply, but today I will be changing that. I will be going over my thoughts and observations of each Bridge Kids episode, as well as the hidden details in it, and the community's reaction. On top of that, I dug through thousands of comments and easily spent 10 plus hours on this video, so make sure to leave a like. So let's get into it. Let's start out with some facts and background information about Bridge Kids before we start diving into episode 1. Bridge Kids is made by Mike Carfora and Adam Mickwitz, which isn't a nickname. I will be using clips from 2 interviews of Mike and Adam, both of which are from Radio Graffiti on Newgrounds.
They run the show together, they animate, they also voice act and do a bunch of the writing for it. Pretty much a 2-man crew.
While Mike and Adam do a majority of the work, they simply don't do it alone. They have help with sound, animation, voice acting, design, all sorts of stuff. And you can see these credits at the end of their episodes.
Sean Porio and Hank Borders on sound.
One thing that makes the Bridge Kids series unique compared to other competition is the fact that the plot doesn't just consist of a joke when it ends. They have characters with personalities and world building and other things throughout it, which, as you're about to hear, is what makes them contrast with their competition, which typically just ends when the joke ends and have the plot consist of just that joke.
So it's very hard online to find people doing like an actual like plot line, like like a story that like develops and ends.
And after you're done watching this video and past this introduction, you will realize what they mean by this. Bridge Kids also contains very dark humor at times, and they knew this, and they expected heavy backlash, but they were pleasantly surprised with how many people enjoyed their show.
We kind of felt like while making this, that we were kind of taking a risk and like doing something like with like just a completely different vibe. Some of them are not for everyone.
Like I said earlier, a majority of the Bridge Kids reviews and responses from the community have been extremely positive, and it's hard to find a negative comment about it. But Mike and Adam have other works that they've done, and I could do a whole separate video on those if you guys would like. But one of them was called Vedophile, about a vet pedophile, and there's this funny hate comment about it that I thought I should put in this just because it's really funny.
Oh yeah, there's a special spot in hell for pieces of shit such as yourself.
They gave me 0 stars. Kind of hurt. Yeah, I made a cartoon about a vet pedophile.
This is a bit of a precursor to the type of humor they will have inside of Bridge Kids. Another type of humor that's featured in Bridge Kids besides just dark humor is subtlety. And I think they execute some of the subtle things perfectly well, even though I don't always pick up on it on the first watch.
Yeah, Adam and I both have pretty passionate feelings about subtlety in animation too.
I believe I gave you guys enough background information to the point where I can show you guys episode 1 now and give you my thoughts on it, as well as an overall analysis and some podcast clips that talk about it. Next up is the beginning section of episode 1. I will show it to you and then discuss the details of it.
Wow, she's so peaceful. How do you think she got here?
Yeah, she was, this is definitely a homicide, I can tell. She was definitely probably on the run from the mob or something.
She looks like one of those mob honeys.
Yeah, no, she didn't do this alone, you can tell.
She's kind of foxy.
Yeah, and she would have.
One thing I find funny about the beginning of episode 1 is the nonchalant nature of Fugger and Lars about seeing a dead body on the side of the pavement. Fugger being the guy with all the jackets and Lars being the guy with the skull shirt. Also, I really appreciate the attention to detail when making this episode. They added a "Don't Jump You Matter" sign.
She would have survived the fall, too, if she was actually wearing 4 coats instead of just 1, you know?
You think 4 coats?
Yeah, because, the amount of material inside is enough to cushion your fall when you make an impact with the ground. It absorbs all the kinetic energy and stuff. Everyone knows this.
4 coats, you think, would, you could fall from, the Empire State Building?
Oh, yeah, definitely. They proved that on Mythbusters one time.
Mythbusters?
Yeah, Adam pushed Jamie off, and they found that just 4 coats was enough to...
I remember in middle school hearing kids bring up bogus claims and ended off with "everyone knows that," just to add some quote-unquote validity. Also, Lars saying "what's that" at the end is pretty funny to me. And it's crazy that I just noticed that while editing.
5 is way too many. 5 years, you're gonna heat up and die before you even hit the ground.
Oh, you burn up in the atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean that's why I'm always wearing 4 coats all the time because you gotta be prepared. You know, when I'm doing all my free running and stuff, like jumping over precipices and all that.
You've fallen?
I've never fallen. No.
I'm showing a majority of episode 1 just because it is so short in length. But some of the other episodes are 10-minute plus. I will be cutting down, and do not want to show the entirety of it. And I want to make sure I'm not freebooting Mike and Adam's work. I also want to motivate the viewers at the end of this video to watch Bridge Kids on their own time, in its entirety, so you can get the full experience.
Come on, a little bit further.
Oh, I thought you were gonna jump off.
Oh, well, this guy's a better demonstration.
Oh, okay. Good luck. After this, you'll get all the crack you want.
Another thing you may have not noticed is the Fugger does not have ears, or apparently any pants on in this clip. So, I guess things kind of took a turn, we have crack and nudity in the first episode already.
Oh, wow. You did it.
Yeah, see, I told you. By wearing 4 coats, you're pretty much impervious to anything but the water.
So that's basically the end of episode 1. And next up, there's going to be a hilarious cover of Creep.
I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. So take me to the place I love. Take me all the...
The next podcast clip is going to be discussing how they came up with that idea and the surrounding circumstances that led to Bridge Kids being created.
You have to be the prompt. You're given
prompt,
a word,
yeah.
a one-word prompt, and the prompt was curious.
So as you just heard, Bridge Kids was made for a 48-hour film contest. And on Twitter, they even posted a little teaser for it, which I thought was pretty neat. I found it interesting how on the podcast they talked about their original idea for episode 1. And they go into detail about some of the things that were different.
Like, and our original idea was like a little kid stumbling upon
Two dipshit teenagers who are talking about some like bullshit urban legend, and then he puts it to the test, and he dies, or like he like 4. The kid says, "You wear 4 jackets, you'll survive like a deadly fall."
I'm sure some people wouldn't be too upset if Fugger died. I believe a lot of people find him annoying, but me personally, I like him. In episode 2, it kicks off the episode by showing Fugger and Lars trying to light some cigarettes with a magnifying glass. They have a discussion about pretending to know jack shit about drugs when 2 new characters join the scene.
Patches?
Oh yeah, patches. I'll do those too. They give you like a different kind of high.
Yeah, they taste horrible.
Yeah.
Hey, what the fuck, bro? What are you doing?
So then shows up our 2 main antagonists, Mo and Skid. Mo wears that red backwards hat, and Skid is the one in the wheelchair with the cross necklace.
Yo, look, he got a fucking pipe. He got a damn telescope. He's Sherlock Holmes, dog.
No.
He's dressed up like Sherlock Holmes.
And no, I
more like Sherlock, like Sherlock Homo.
Oh, that's crazy.
Well,
They continue to get bullied by Mo and Skid, and it's pretty hilarious with some of the roasts that they came up with. Would you believe that some of that dialogue was freestyled?
Yeah, hit it, man.
what that?
This is central air conditioning flavored gummy worm tobacco.
Smells terrible.
I think when Mo vapes in Lars and Fugger's faces, it really emphasizes how much of a douchebag he is. It also just reminds me of that one episode of Family Guy when Stewie tried vaping and said, "Hey look, I'm a douchebag."
Bro, I bet he don't even know what a boobie look like. Bro, the only boobie this kid's seen is the bird on Wikipedia.
We have a Simpsons episode where a bunch of lizards escaped, and Seymour Skinner said he has nasty plans for the booby, titmouse, woodcock, and titpecker. It's truly some advanced humor.
I got an A+ in health class honors.
After bragging about being in health class honors, Fugger pretends to know stuff about women which he painstakingly doesn't. Most notably saying, "I know what boobs are, but I call them breasts because I'm an adult." Honestly, all of it's really funny. Make sure to watch these episodes in entirety when you're done with this video. Fugger's magnifying glass eventually begins a fire, and you'll get to see what chaos ensues.
There, that did it. You want to play an emulation of GoldenEye 64 on my computer?
there's 64 golden eyes.
It's nice to know Fugger and Lars have good taste in games. Also, Lars being unfamiliar with the game, Mythbusters, and thinking Fugger said mammals when he was talking about mammary glands during his health class rant adds to the clueless nature of his personality.
What is that? The bitch from
Who is that? Pamela Anderson?
Christina Aguilera?
Is that Christina Applegate?
In the midst of all the screwed up things in that magazine, there's a reference to episode 1 with the quote "mob honey" being shown as dead sexy.
Man, I wish I could see just a little bit closer.
Mo and Skid, as the horn dogs they are, take Fugger's magnifying glass to try and see just a little bit more of that magazine.
All right, shit.
Oh, fuck yeah, bro. Now we can really see.
Yeah. Unbeknownst to them, the fire that Fugger quote-unquote put out earlier began to burn.
Wait, bring it here, man.
Alright, yeah.
Oh, yep. We almost smell that shit, man. Hell, look, turn around.
Holy shit, bro.
Fugger and Lars get off scot-free, and Mo and Skid get punished for their bad karma.
I think even when we were making episode 2, we were thinking about having the inside of the convenience store be a set. And if that was the case, we would have had to make up all these bullshit brands to just, like, fill up the shelves and stuff. With this, I had to think basically like a marketer, like, okay, what does this can look like? What does the branding look like? Like, what is the product? And you know, well, now we have organically this product that looks good on a shelf.
In that podcast clip, you heard Mike talking about an alternative plot for episode 2 and a beverage that he added for world building that you will find out in episode 5. But without further ado, let's get into episode 3, the Halloween special with Bridge Kids.
That look. Where's this lady with the candy? Is she even home?
Yeah, did we
see the lights on?
Did you knock? I thought.
I thought you knocked.
That adorable kid in the pumpkin costume is Mark Anthony, Lars' little brother. Lars and Fugger are out trick-or-treating tonight and are in for a surprise.
Trick or treat.
Oh, look at you. Are you Spider-Man? What are you dressed up as? Bye, guys. Be safe. There's a lot of weirdos out there tonight.
Fugger's super pissed that he didn't get any candy after spending lots of time on his Morpheus costume. And Lars is a punk rocker. He kind of just dressed up as himself.
Oh, you guys again?
Yeah, you forgot to give us candy.
Aren't you guys a little too old to be trick-or-treating?
Actually, that's just a myth. Yeah, the human body doesn't stop growing and metabolizing until like age 25.
Yeah.
So we're actually still in the perfect demographic to keep trick-or-treating just like everyone else.
Fugger, as the true health class honors genius that he is, argues with science and facts to this innocent lady who's just trying to give out candy to children.
Doesn't even look like you're wearing costumes.
I'm Morpheus from the Matrix.
I don't know what that is.
He's the guy with all the pills.
Maybe the will do anything for crack guy from episode 1 is a big Morpheus fan.
How come your little brother got more candy than we did?
Well, you know, he's growing. He's a growing boy. Yeah,
he's getting a head start on childhood obesity.
I don't know about that.
You should be sharing with me.
I believe the Goobas candy that Mark Anthony is holding is based off the Goobers candy. I looked up Goobas to find this out. I honestly didn't know that those candies existed. Also, pretty shortly up here you're going to see a great example of subtlety. Watch the eye movement of the characters.
Really learn to control your little brother because he's,
Yeah.
I'm curious on why they chose to put the monster in like a hospital gown type thing, but I guess we'll never know.
Shit, I'll clean your litter box. Damn.
Meow, you know.
Wow, that's so nice of you. All right, let me guess what you are. Are you Captain America? And you're like a baseball player? No.
Yeah, I'm like that whatever the fuck you just said. I'm like that.
Yeah, this thing ain't even a costume, really.
The dog that is on Skid's football helmet is also shown on the end credits of Smokin' Butts. There it is labeled Washington Football Team. And also, I'm sure it's not a costume. I'd love to see Skid play football.
You guys, you want some candy or?
Yeah,
I
fuck yeah, I want some candy, bitch. Fuck you think we here for? Damn.
Only gentleman left on this earth. Fugger gets super jealous and blames Lars' lack of costume for why they didn't get much candy. Also, I'm glad Fugger is wearing some actual shorts this time.
Maybe.
Pretty much anything is better than what you have right now.
Well, I'm actually stuck babysitting right now. But in a few minutes, I'm going to put the baby to bed, and then I'll have the whole house to myself.
Yeah, we could come back. We could order us a little pizza. Hi,
Love some Netflix and chill, you know?
Yeah, and this kid's a heavy sleeper, you know?
That's right. Let's get these wheels spinning, you know?
Bye, boys.
They cut that section out because all of it was insanely humorous. The actors of Mo and Skid really nailed that fuckboy attitude. Mo and Skid leave and plan to come back later when the baby is put down for a nap. But then a familiar hospital guest appears.
He's gonna be home alone, bro. Macaulay Culkin style.
I know, man.
All alone and nobody home.
All by herself, man.
Yo, we could fucking kill
so
that bitch if we
vulnerable.
wanted to.
Yeah, these are the perfectly balanced guys I always thought they were. Nothing ever wrong comes out of their mouth. Also, I'm sure they didn't give that monster any ideas. He looks nice enough, though.
Yo.
Yeah, man.
Well, I think it's just part of his Halloween costume.
I told you to get a new costume.
Yeah, I got this, you know, it's
That's just a pumpkin.
a pumpkin. What if I,
Whatever.
like...
I'm just gonna knock on her door and hopefully she'll actually give us some candy this time. Trick or treat. There, see?
Fugger and Lars are completely unfazed, but you know, there's candy, so you can't really blame them. The dog also shows up at the end credits of episode 3. Next, we will be delving into episode 4, Killer Bars. It is by far the best episode in my opinion, and my personal favorite too. It is longer than episodes 1 through 3 combined. Buckle your seatbelts, you're in for a treat.
I hate this place. This prison. None of them know what it's like. They don't even know my name. They're all just bogged in the mire.
This is your introduction to Isaiah, and yes, he did draw a sketch of killing Mo. Also, the shirt that Isaiah drew on himself on his manifesto matches the skull on Lars' shirt.
Yo, you know what it is.
Aha, yo. Those Neanderthals.
Isaiah goes on to complain about them rapping, society, and basically everything. Also, the school mascot is that Washington football team logo from the end of the episodes at the credit scenes.
Hey, see, I got it all. It saves a lot of space.
Fugger flexes his new satchel to Lars, and he thinks it's the coolest fucking thing ever. And Isaiah gets more sick and twisted in the mind as he writes, and it's kind of scary with some of the things that he says.
Hey, I'll make them pay. I'll make them know exactly what it's like. I'll show them just how twisted I can be.
Mo, being the lyrical genius he is, continues to rap/roast kids as they walk by, but he takes it too far and pisses Fugger off, as you're about to see.
Leave. This kid is black.
Hey, could you shut up? You're really annoying.
Yeah, it's kind of distracting with all the
Yo,
noise.
look who the fuck it is, bro.
Oh,
it's
shit.
the goddamn Muppet Babies crew.
Yeah.
The amount of modern culture references that Mo and Skid are able to pull off is pretty astounding in my opinion.
Bro, shut the fuck up. You are 8 years old, bro.
No,
Why
I'm
you
not.
carrying a satchel?
Also, I feel like it's important to question why Mo and Skid are out of school. Like, they look like adults, and there's no indication that they're kids. So, why are they just trespassing at a high school?
Your head look like a fucking sandcastle, bro. And just like a sandcastle, bitch, whoosh, oh, I'ma fucking kick it over. Fuck.
That scene also demonstrates the good effectiveness of bully-free zone posters.
Yeah, you're gonna be sleeping with the fishes, you know.
Did you just threaten me? Are you threatening me with
I'll fucking
violence?
hit you over the head with my watch and I'ma fucking karate chop your neck, bitch.
Fargo wants to snitch on Mo and Skid for being total dicks, but Lars is trying to talk him out of it, saying it's not necessary to snitch.
They really say.
That's it. I'm going. I'm gonna get the principal.
Move it, bitch.
Yo, handicap parking coming through.
Fugger made up his mind and went to go report them to the principal, so Mo and Skid leave out of fear of getting in trouble.
I hate them. You must hate them too.
Not the
I just wish I could make them pay.
Well, like fans of hip
I
hop.
just want them to make them feel the pain that I feel every day.
Isaiah goes on another rant, but finds comfort in relatability with Lars.
I'm full of sickness. They don't know. Nobody knows. But I think you know. You seem to understand.
Well,
we need to get back at them.
Well, you know,
Lars makes up an excuse to leave so he doesn't get roped into some sort of murder plot or some shit that Isaiah's cooking up in his twisted mind. But Isaiah insists on coming with him.
I'll hop along with you.
Well, no, you should stay right here, you know. You gotta clean up
No,
all
it's-
this
it's not a big
paper.
deal.
Like, make sure you pick up every piece.
I think I should come
'cause
along
it's litter.
with you.
And littering's a,
we could talk
it's
about...
a crime.
Isaiah then painstakingly follows Lars to go see Fugger.
You know, it's so cool
Hello?
to finally
Yeah.
connect with somebody at school.
That clock looks to be around 4 o'clock, so this takes place after school got out. Also, what Isaiah said is sad.
There's no one
you
here
know,
to.
School got out like an hour ago.
I'll write them a note detailing how their absence has left the school vulnerable for these hoodlums to walk around and torment everyone.
Exactly. You get it too.
Fugger now, as well as Lars, both see Mo and Skid as the pieces of shit that they are, which increases the parasocial relationship that Isaiah has with the two.
Yeah. Do you have a pen and paper I could borrow?
No,
I actually have lots of paper.
Lars questions Fugger why he doesn't have any paper in his backpack. Honestly, probably just nervous on what Isaiah is about to pull out.
I'm trying to be like more minimalist, and
yeah.
you know, so I'm like only carrying the essentials.
Yeah. Isaiah realizes that his manifesto is missing, and he starts to flip his shit.
Yeah, I don't even carry a bag, and my back's kind of, you know.
Well, no.
bent.
At that point, you're just completely underprepared.
In
You
there.
guys, This is bad. My manifesto. It's missing.
We could probably just come back, later. You don't have to leave a note.
Alright, I guess this will have to wait for tomorrow.
Did I misplace it? Somebody take it?
Isaiah looks even more sullen as Fugger and Lars leave him. The White Shot shows graffiti which matches the surroundings from episode 1, where Lars and Fugger found the dead girl on the road. The graffiti and barbed wire fence match. There's no dead girl to be seen, at least in this perspective.
I'm rapping 24/7, 365. Ain't nobody give a fuck, bro.
Work on like your fundamentals a bit. I mean, you're like 95% there, you feel me?
Wait, 95%? What the fuck you talking about, bro? Where the other 15%? You know I always keep it 115%,
well,
bro.
You just haven't had your 8 Mile moment yet.
As you heard, Mo is upset about the unsuccessfulness of his rap career, but he eventually finds Isaiah's manifesto and Skid's wheelchair.
This? I found your little stash down here, huh? I am not a part of the human race. Humanity has rejected me?
The hell is that?
When they are writhing in pain, their bodies broken and dying after I splatter them, they will fully realize their crimes.
Naturally, Mo and Skid are horrified, and they go to report Isaiah to the police. Oh wait, no they didn't.
Bro. These are some of the dopest bars I think I've ever heard in my fucking life. Wow. It's like Eminem himself speaking to the two of us from beyond the grave.
Bro, it's like a miracle, man. It's like, this poetry is prophetic.
Prophetic as in like foreseeing into the future? That's not something you want to hear from a manifesto.
We gotta get to the streets.
They're already on the streets.
It's still completely unacceptable. Does anyone do their job anymore?
Well,
It almost feels like I'm gonna have to take the law into my own hands.
That is not something you want to hear from anybody, especially a kid who's unfazed by murderous monsters and dead bodies on the side of pavement.
I don't know if you should do that.
What the hell is this?
The real me is fighting the biological me. This ugly corpse world is riddled with disease. And the cure for it all is my AR-15 with the 3D printed bump stock and extended magazine.
Damn, he's spitting for real, you know?
Who could have guessed that Isaiah might have had plans of causing harm to people at school?
This is completely unbelievable.
It's pretty cool.
Now they're threatening people with machine guns and saying there's gonna be blood.
It's kind of raw. I like that. It's got like a hard edge,
If someone doesn't put an end to their reign of terror now, then someone's gonna get hurt. I'm gonna call the police.
I'm gonna say this once and only once. Fugger did do the right thing.
I don't know about that. I don't think you gotta call the cops,
I'm a metalhead myself. But Lars, I gotta disagree with you on that one. I think the plan is a little too detailed to be just classified as a song and not conspiracy for a school shooting.
We'll be performing it live under the bridge Friday, September 30th.
Fun fact, Mike and Adam were pressured to have this episode released September 30th or by then, simply due to the fact of them setting it at September 30th for the live performance.
Hello, 911. I'd like to report 2 guys are going around threatening to start a shooting. They wrote down saying that they are going to meet on Friday the 30th under the bridge to begin their killing spree.
Oh my god. Where did I put it? What?
I'll make them know exactly what it's like. I'll show them just how twisted I could be.
No, just
I will punish everyone.
Isaiah, having a victim mindset, thinks they stole it and are using it to mock him. You can see the anger in his eyes at this point.
They're making fun of me! Tainting it!
And what I want to do to him is to make him dead.
Those Philistines! Oh, they'll pay for this.
I turned up the volume there so you can hear it more. And he mentions that he has a bunk bed that his dad bought for him. This implies that his dad is at least somewhat present in his life.
You criminals! Mark my words. You will see me there.
I love my fans, bro.
I'd just like to say now's a good time to write down in the comments what you think Isaiah's going to do to get back at them. That kind of sounded like a gunshot, but I guess it could just be a transition sound.
This is my final entry. By the time you read this, it'll be too late. Tomorrow, my day of reckoning will commence.
It appears he drew Twin Towers on his calendar for September 11th, but that could just be on there. He also has a Joker poster which implies some things about his character.
I I've been brought to the absolute brink. I've delayed and delayed for too long. I've let the thugs take advantage of my cowardice.
The people who did the Columbine shooting were fans of Doom and made a custom level based off their school. And Isaiah wears a trench coat, which I believe the Columbine shooters also did. And also a duffel bag, which may or may not contain something that could be used to hurt people.
But I'm not gonna be a pussy anymore. Day in and day out, I watch them spit their putrid bile. Not anymore. In the end, treacherous vanity will decompose. Fungus will sprout from their putrid remains. Ashes to ashes. Shit to shit.
Also, the school's letters, CHS, is definitely a Columbine reference.
Yo, what the fuck is up, everybody? Are you fucking sluts ready for this shit?
I'm offended.
Let's get it, aye, let's fucking go. 2 combat boots and a trench coat is all they will see before I take their life away. I will blow my school up with a giant bomb. It will go tick, tick, tick.
This could be a reference to the failed pipe bombs at Columbine, but I'm not sure. She seems to be the only one who's phased, and this is the girl from the Halloween episode. Also, why is her tongue purple? Also, why do only half the characters have ears? That's another drug reference with the needle by the shopping cart.
Yo, what the fuck?
They're shutting us down for speaking the truth.
That is the girl from episode 1, but I'm not sure why she wasn't in that wide shot earlier.
Stop resisting!
Yo, stay the fuck away from me, bro. You can't touch me.
There, justice served.
Isaiah leaves after seeing all this chaos ensuing, but I'm sure it won't be the last time we hear from him. And Fugger and Lars are unfazed as always.
I'm fear incarnate, blood god, motivation directed to hate and obsession, which didn't disappear for whatever reason. Mr. Mikowicz that teaches my chemistry class. I will sneak up behind him and use my machete to cut off his neck. I will take his head as a trophy, and I will become their king. They will all bow down to me, and they will all sing my favorite songs to me very nicely before I blow their heads off with a shotgun that I also have in my bag of things that I have brought. I will shut the doors to the cafeteria, and I will make sure none of them can escape as I enact my master plan.
I wonder if by bag they mean the duffel bag or that beige backpack he has. There is a lot of podcast clips talking about Isaiah, so I'm going to show you a few of those on some later because there is another episode about Isaiah.
Like Will totally colored Isaiah and he made him likable to a certain extent. Obviously you're not supposed to think what he's doing is good.
The next clip is about to go into detail more about what Isaiah was originally going to be like.
We wanted a character who was more beta than Lars.
As much of a loser as Fugger is, he does kind of talk over Lars a lot and kind of treats him like shit.
I feel like me as a viewer, I'm rooting for Isaiah a little bit. Not that I want to see him destroy.
Yeah, you don't want him to kill anyone,
yeah,
but
yeah. I want to see him improve, get better.
Yeah, they're all kids, so maybe they will get better. Years down the line, and when they grow up, they're middle to high schoolers, so they're shitheads.
Mike and Adam, if you're watching this, I would like to know how old Mo and Skid are, a ballpark, because I know Lars and Fugger are middle/high schoolers, but Mo and Skid seem like adults. Now we are going to take a brief respite from talking about Isaiah and continue talking about him later. Currently, we're going to talk about episode 6, Free Strokes, which is all about the beverage mentioned earlier.
I didn't know you had a girlfriend.
No. She's she actually lives upstate.
That's kind of funny. So does my girlfriend. I'm glad they didn't jaywalk.
We just broke up.
Fugger lying as always. Also, peep that basketball in the background. The background looks kind of like an outdoor gym, but just made out of monkey bars.
You could use a stroke.
Here's the introduction to the character Strokeette. No double meanings. Also, there's a basketball hoop in the background, so that's cool. Fugger would lose to Lars in a game of basketball.
You know, all the hottest guys are drinking it. Here's 2 on the house.
Fugger and Lars get given 2 free strokes, so now they no longer have to go to Mega Mart. Fugger doesn't want to drink it though because he's cautious of the ingredients, specifically yellow number 5. And when Lars asks what yellow number 5 does to you, Fugger has this response.
Yeah, that's supposed to like lower your sperm count.
You're counting your sperm?
Well, I'm trying to keep my virility intact, you know, because I'm a bachelor again, you know, so I'm out on the prowl every night.
Lars suggested if he's looking for somebody to quote-unquote prowl on, that she's definitely a good option.
She's conventionally attractive, but...
She's breathtaking.
I don't know, I like to value things like intellect in a woman. I consider myself like a sapiosexual.
She looks pretty smart to me, I don't know.
Fugger, feeling challenged and trying to prove how manly he is going to go try and attempt to get her number.
In fact, I'll go right now. I'll get her number. Hey,
Oh, you're back? Hey, Joey, can you take care of him?
Oh, wait, but...
Hey, what's up, man? You wanted a different flavor?
Fugger is extremely awkward around here, despite how good he claims to be with women. Who would have thought? But it kind of has some implied racism with how he acts around Joey. He just seems kind of uncomfortable. I find it pretty funny.
Yeah, but actually, she was gonna...
Oh, yeah, no, she's a little busy right now, but don't worry, man, I got you.
It went pretty well.
Did
her
you,
pelvis was facing me. Over there, he was kind of harshing the vibe. He was kind of making her uncomfortable. Kind of like a weirdo guy. Like, here, and take this too.
Oh, cool.
Fugger's master plan is to have Lars distract Joey for him so he can talk to Strokehead all for himself.
Hey, can I have another straw?
Again.
Oh, hey, back again?
Hey, yeah.
Wow, you must really like these.
Fugger attempts at talking to her again, which as you can tell makes her extremely uncomfortable by the way her eyes move during this interaction. And she can't even really hear what he's saying because he has a weird voice.
Help me out.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry.
Earlier in the episode, that sign said recreational park, but now it just says rec.
Yeah, me too, man. I think it's gonna be like an upper body day, you know?
Yeah, bro, I'm trying to work out my chest. I'm trying to get those pectorals popping, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yo, shit. Yo, speaking of chest.
You know, you'd think they'd go up and talk to Strokehead, but surprisingly, they walk right past her and start talking to Joey. Maybe they're gay. Maybe calling Fugger Sherlock Homo in episode 2 is just a cover-up.
Sure, man. Hey, don't worry. These are sugar-free, naturally sourced. We got all sorts of good stuff in here.
What do you listen to?
Oh, you know, I'm a big fan of ska music, so...
Yeah, bro, for real, me too. Yeah, I fuck with Scott Heavy, man. He's got, like, the best bars right now. So, do you dance at all?
Mo and Joey should slow dance together 1000%. And hey, maybe if Mo and Skid are actually high school students, they can go to, like, prom or something. I don't know. Missed episode opportunity.
I don't really feel like, you know, energized. I just kind of feel like...
Yeah.
I don't know, like a pain in my chest.
Hey, can you give me those?
You know, my heart's beating really fast. I don't...
Alright, yeah, thanks.
I think all our hearts beat fast when we see Joey. I mean, just down.
Alright, so I'm gonna just be straight up with you for a minute, like, and you can say no if you don't feel comfortable with this, but, like, can I, like, feel your bicep?
Despite Mo and Skid being stereotypical fuckboys, they do value consent, and this will come up later in episode 7. But it is pretty funny seeing them nervously ask Joey if they can feel his muscles.
Yeah, I mean, a little feel couldn't hurt, I guess.
God damn, bro. You gotta come over here and feel this shit, bro. This is the hardest thing I've ever felt in my life.
I hope nobody takes it out of context. There was a lot of out of context clips from the 2 podcasts on Radio Graffiti, and if you guys would like to see some of those, or like a highlight, but I already went through both of the podcasts for clips for this video, I just only wanted to put ones that were exclusively about Bridge Kids, because this is a Bridge Kids deep dive. That being said, I do have spliced versions of both podcasts on my desktop. No commentary or visuals really, mainly just stuff that I found interesting that could make a YouTube video about. I also have some talking points laid out for Mike's other work, kind of like Vitophile and some of the other stuff he's done besides Bridge Kids. But the groundwork is kind of laid out for those videos, but it's alright if I need to scrap them too. Let me know in the comments what I should do.
You know, we're trying to pump out a few real quick. I mean, shit, if you want to join.
Oh, you're gonna go ahead and lift some weights?
You don't have to, but I mean, you're more than welcome to.
Hell yeah, man. If we're trying to pump some iron, I mean, you know, count me in.
Joey, where are you going? We're in the middle of our shift.
Oh yeah, this is Focus time to shoot his shot.
Guys are going mad.
What are you even saying? I can't understand you.
You would like to.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Hey, are you okay? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So anyway, we were hitting it off pretty well until you had your little episode there. Yeah. Sorry. Could you just give us a minute? I'm trying to talk to my friend right now, but she's missing out on.
Hey, can I get your name and number here?
Upon deciding what to put for that phone number, one of the creators chose to put the frame number of a part that they were stuck on for a while, but don't call it, it's not real, please. Also, now's a moment to shame some perverts in the comment section, like come on. In the podcast, somebody asked if Isaiah would drink Free Strokes energy drink, and this is their response.
He does not intake any sugar or caffeine.
He doesn't drink anything.
Oh, pure water.
Alka-Seltzers and water.
Oh, that's...
He's got constant stomach pains, so he drinks Alka-Seltzer.
Next up describes an alternative ending for the episode Free Strokes.
Talking about this episode since like episode 1, and it hadn't changed much since then. So we were like, oh, what if we had a hallucination thing just to make it, because we always like to throw like something a little bombastic in at the end. Just having Lars have a seizure is not enough. Like, it doesn't feel like eye candy enough.
Isn't enough for the creators of the show. I'm kind of excited for what they have in store for future episodes. Jeez.
It doesn't feel like bombastic enough. Maybe we could just make something visually cool or fucked up. Like, he's like a heavy metal guy. Like, would it look like heavy metal? I'm super into like H.R. Giger art. And Alien and all that.
Yeah.
We have all this concept art of it. Like, I drew like a bunch of shit.
I believe there's concept art down on their Patreon, and I put that in the description of this video. I'm not sure for this particular thing though, but they do have a lot of cool stuff on there.
And then we were like trying to make this episode, and it just was like, it just felt like wrong. We don't want every episode to need Mo and Skid. Like, we love Mo and Skid, but like, we want it to be like South Park, where like not every episode has to be like about
Cartman.
About Cartman or an episode without them. But then we were like, I think we need Mo and Skid.
I'm really glad they did though, because them hoggling over Joey is probably the funniest thing in that episode. Joey went through multiple revisions before being finalized in this episode. He wasn't even originally going to talk.
If we're gonna be misogynistic, we might as well add like a hunk too, just to make it a little more even. And so we made this big, beautiful black man. But then we were like, well, this giant fucking jacked black guy is exactly who Mo and Skid would be like obsessed with, you know, like this is like who they would idolize.
Yeah.
Joey's character we were expecting to be like very like macho and even kind of a little standoffish. But Joey, like when we told Joey the character, he like put on this like fake like businessman-y kind of like bullshitty voice the whole time. Like lying through his teeth.
Next, they talk about something that is pretty interesting. It's something that they implied subtly, but didn't outright say. Admittedly, it flew right over my head.
At the end, she asked for Lars's name and number. Did that
the waiver that there was a waiver?
Did that come through? That Fugger was like you know, it's like, you know, Fugger has been like trying to hit on her, and she like indirectly asked for Lars's name and number, and it like seemed like, you know, to Fugger, she might have been hitting on him.
Yeah. No, I definitely got that.
We name our files after the frame number. So 1459 was a file I was stuck on for like 2 weeks. So I made part of the phone number 1459, I think.
Also, did you know there's rules in Bridge Kids besides just having a bridge in every episode? Listen up.
John, like, can break them, and we're like, okay, it's fine. You know, like, we're like, we don't want to reference shit. We don't want to, and he'll just be like, Thomas the Tank Engine and Christina Aguilera. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. It's just funny. Like, so we just, it's like, whatever.
But back to the bridges. Have you ever wondered how many there are? Because it kind of looks different in different shots sometimes, so kind of begs the question.
Is it just a single bridge that surrounds the kids, or multiple bridges?
Episode 5 has 2 bridges in the...
Oh, true. So there's unless it loops on itself.
Now we'll get into episode 6, The Birthday Boy, where you learn a lot more about Isaiah, his personality, home life, and I dug some really good podcast clips to show you guys. You don't want to miss this.
Oh shit, he's coming.
Oh, what's that?
Do you know anybody named Isaiah?
No, I've never heard of that name.
Looks like it's for a birthday party.
We see Isaiah desperately clinging on to the shared disdain from Mo and Skid, except Isaiah is way more extreme with his intentions and emotions than Lars and Fugger could ever be. Also, Fugger said he wears 4 coats at all times so he's immune to death, but doesn't bother to lock his locker. Also, there's a skull on Large's locker that matches the one on his shirt, and there's also some drawings on other lockers in the Killer Bars episode.
Where's my invitation?
Guess I'll catch you there.
I didn't get an invite, but that kid did? Nobody even knows who he is.
Fugger is incredibly jealous, but insists him and Large both go together, despite not being invited himself. Also, one of the lockers has writing on it that says Toby is here, so maybe that's a reference to a future character that might show up.
I guess that's pretty cool.
Also, Fugger stating that nobody knows who he is implies that he's an outcast, and probably explains why he's so attached to Lars and Fugger.
Oh god. He's not showing up, is he? It's getting late.
I think there's a lot to analyze and dissect when looking at the backgrounds of his house in this episode, and I think you can learn a lot about what his home life is like, but I'll get into that when Birthday Boy is over.
I don't need him. I don't need them. I don't need anyone. He's here! Oh, hey, you made it.
This is Isaiah's house, right?
Yeah, this is it.
I think they finally learned who Isaiah is. Isaiah offers if they want to take off their shoes, but they politely decline, because that floor has cat crap and cigarette butts all over it.
Alright, guys, so, yeah, this is it. This is my bedroom. It's where the, magic happens, as they say, so, you know, sorry, it's like, it's a little cramped in here. Full disclosure, I wasn't expecting this many people to show up.
He appears to have an N64 and NES controller, as well as some sort of CD, but I think that might be music. I wonder what he listens to. Also, by Fugger's feet, there's 2 drawings of girls. I'm not sure who they are, though. And near on the wall by his mattress, there's also another drawing of a different girl, I think.
Are those animal bones?
Oh.
There appears to be nothing bad in his backpack, but it is really creepy how he collects dead animal bones. Also, there's that sketch of Lars you can see on his desk.
Is that Mr. Foley here?
Oh,
Did you draw this? One time I was answering a question.
Like a big fat fucking pig. It's like he gorges himself on our misery. Like, it's like our whole classroom is his little piggy trough. He treats us like fucking crud. I really think something should be done about him.
Despite Fugger reporting Mo and Skid for reading out Isaiah's manifesto, he doesn't really seem bothered by that picture of a teacher getting shot.
Snacks. How could I have forgotten?
Lars asks if there's any snacks since, you know, it's a quote-unquote party. So Isaiah goes to get some from the kitchen.
Take a look at his mattress over there. Why is it shaped like that?
You can see the red duffel bag from the Killer Bars episode, as well as the drawing of somebody holding a gun, shooting somebody with X over their eyes on the right-hand screen at the corner. And I just noticed this on, like, my 7th watch of this episode. So yeah, that really shows the attention to detail in the show. Also, on his closet, it says respect my privacy. So maybe whoever he's living with isn't. I don't think we want to know what's in his closet, though, if he wants it hidden so bad. There's a picture of Mo and Skid's flyer with X's over their eyes. People also say that guy on his poster is called Postal Dude, but I'm unfamiliar with who that is.
I'm thinking he's probably hiding something under there, right? Only one way to find out, though, right? Yeah, I think we should, I think we should leave. I think it's time to go.
Fugger and Lars have seen a dead body, people get killed by SWAT teams, and a monster. Despite this, they're horrified at what's under the mattress and feel the need to go. So Fugger says he has a good excuse.
So I got this one excuse I always use, and people are always cool with it.
There isn't even anything in here! What kind of selfish idiot drags people over to his house and he doesn't even have snacks? Fuck!
He's got this, like,
Oh yeah, sorry. We just realized that we totally messed up, and we double booked tonight. Yeah, I actually have to go to like an orthodontist appointment, and he does as well.
It's hard to capture it because I did cut out a lot of parts from that interaction, but if you go back and watch it, it's extremely painful, and you can see the sadness on Isaiah's face. He keeps trying to offer like, oh, what about this? What about this? But they're just coming up with excuses and digging deeper, basically saying no, we don't want to be here.
Maybe you could like reschedule or like.
No, we can't change it. If we cancel now, there's gonna be like a fee.
That's okay. I understand. Really cherish our friendship, and this was honestly one of the best days of my life. I guess I'll catch you at school. All right, bye guys. See ya.
Isaiah kind of took like a champ. I mean, he seemed sad, but I don't think he was that sad. But I guess we'll see. following podcast clip is about to go over why they chose to have the episode end the way that it did.
At the end of every episode, we always have like the fucking planes and trains and cars. Instead of like a bunch of stuff happening with like trucks, he just cries and they awkwardly leave.
Yeah, they just have to like in the episode.
It's like at this point it was like tired to do the whole like cars and
bombastic thing happening.
But before they decided to do this, there was alternative ideas for how they should have the episode end.
I think that was an idea at one point. It was like it was like Fugger goes and like makes himself way too comfortable in his house or something.
Yeah, but then the problem that would come with that would be like right now the balancing act is making him likably unlikable, but we don't want him to actually be like a dickhead.
I wonder if that alternative ending is the reason why Isaiah said make yourself at home at the beginning of this episode. Mike and Adam talk about some ways that they use subtlety in that episode up next.
We need to communicate that Fugger doesn't know who Isaiah is and doesn't know that this kid's name is Isaiah. And then we need to figure out a way to communicate that he realizes this is Isaiah when he says like thanks for coming to my birthday party. But we can't be too overt where they go like, "Oh, you're Isaiah." You know, like we can't
God.
Yeah, we can't do that. So we're like, and that just eats up time. Like it's like it takes like 45 seconds to communicate like one of those ideas, and then you have to,
I think they found a sweet spot of subtlety in that episode. It doesn't feel like it's trying to shove everything in your face and make things super obvious, but it also doesn't feel like I'm trying to solve a puzzle just to figure out what's going on.
But like he'll show it to me, and I'll be like, "Do you think we get this point across? Do we have to add another line?"
We wanted it to be like realistic, I guess, in like just like how we remember just awkward fucking like going to someone's house that we hardly know.
This implies that Mike and Adam have had experiences similar to the things presented in this episode. Obviously, probably not as extreme though. And furthermore, they do share some anecdotes about those stories.
But like Isaiah takes from me because I remember in like first grade, like only inviting one person to my birthday party.
The shoes thing, like that happened. That was another thing that like happened. I went to a party. There were chicks over, and I didn't know that going in. And I was wearing like my really fucked up socks with like 18 holes in them. And so this kid's parents were like, "You can take your shoes off." And there was like, I was like, no.
I also thought this segment in the video would be a good time to share a story of the same nature, but this one's more relevant to episode 5, Free Strokes.
Like the yellow number 5 thing from the last one, was like shit kids would give me their yellow starburst in the cafeteria when I was like in 6th grade because yellow number 5 lowers your sperm count. It's like, why? You're in 6th grade, who gives a shit?
Both of those stories show Mike and Adam's idea for having the show be based off realistic things and experiences as a teenager, and obviously just add some extreme edgy humor into it. Next up, Adam discusses his mom's reaction to Isaiah as a character.
Because she thought that he was scary. She really liked the backgrounds. Yeah, I know I'm not your target audience, but I will say this one took me through a myriad of emotion, from hopeful to nervous to sadness at the end.
I'm pretty sure that was in reference to Birthday Boy, but it could have been Killer Bars. Also, Mike's girlfriend Laura, in the following explains her father's reaction to Birthday Boy.
But he was like, "What's under the mattress?"
Yeah, no, and, that's what everyone's probably thinking. They're like,
because I think like objectively, this one has like the least humor to it. Like it still has its like moments. But it's like, overall it's not like a laugh a minute thing.
I think because Birthday Boy is trying not too hard to be funny, it definitely increases the emotional levels. And Mike adds on to that statement in a bit.
Yeah, but I think because of that, people get like actually got like emotionally invested in what was going on. Almost where it didn't really matter if it was funny at points. Like people were just kind of like wanted to know what happened.
Yeah.
Which I think, by the time we finish these things, like you can't even see straight. You don't even remember what's funny, what's good.
Yeah.
So like it was something I like towards the end of production. I was like, this might like flop hard. Like I don't.
But as Mike thought more and more about this episode, he realized that it does have something special.
But obviously, it has something to it that I think the other ones kind of lacked, which is like you feel emotionally invested, and I think it's kind of unique. Like I don't know if there's many sympathetic portrayals of like a school shootery type character out there.
Next up talks about what is under the mattress. There was a lot of theories. Some people thought it was the cat, but later on they realized the cat on top of one of his shelves. Some people thought it was his parents, but if it was his dad, why did he talk about the bunk bed that he got for his birthday when Mo and Skate are rapping his manifesto?
We literally, on purpose, didn't have anything specific in mind.
Yeah,
because
that's what I felt. That's what I felt. That's what I would have done.
There are people assuming what's under the mattress that I didn't even think of as an idea.
I honestly have no idea what it is. I really did think it was the cat. But Mike did leave a comment pointing out that the cat was alive and well. Thank God.
It's pretty blatant. Like, we're not going to mince words here. It's like Isaiah's like character archetype, like what we had in mind for him is that he's a school shooter type person. But when it gets to the point where he brings his duffel bag to the event, we're not going to have him actually open up his duffel bag and pull out a real gun.
I really did think Isaiah was going to do it in the Killer Bars episode. I'm glad he didn't, though.
Because as soon as you do that, it's like, no, there's no room for interpretation anymore. It's like,
this is what he is. Yeah,
he has a gun. He was intending to kill people. If you want him to be a
character,
if you want to actually sympathize, if you want to hate Isaiah, then he brought a gun. He actually brought a gun with him. Actually bring a gun, but he's too much of a pussy to fucking actually do it. I guess it's a good trait to have, being too much of a pussy to kill someone. But
this ties well into earlier in the podcast when they were talking about the kids still being young. They have a chance to get well and better.
So for this time around, we were consulting with Mike and I were consulting with our friends for what exactly
what would a school shooter's room look like? And everyone had like radically different ideas of what this kind of person is.
Elliot Rodger was like pampered and coddled, because some other mass shooters are military freaks.
When Mo and Skid were rapping some of his bars, it did say something about combat boots.
Mass shooters are like living a fucking decrepit shithole.
I wouldn't say Isaiah lives in a shithole. His house does look kind of lived in and kind of untaken care of, and they kind of explain the type of vibe specifically they're going for.
Okay, he lives with his grandma.
Well, context. It doesn't even literally have to be his grandma, but
Gotcha.
We were kind of just like, what does a grandma's house look like? Because
coddled in some way. Right?
Those kinds of kids, they can't be that well looked after.
You have to straddle people, the reality of how this certain character would be, and also people's perception of this type of character.
Feels like.
I believe it's important that Mike and Adam acknowledge the fact that school shooters come in all shapes and sizes. I think some people mark off people like, oh, my kid would never do that. But you never really know.
Yeah, like a grandma's house. Someone who's not fully present, who can't even take care of herself. Kind of like, oh yeah, Jesus will take care of things.
There was a Bible and cross in the living room if you didn't notice. Another hidden thing that was put into the Birthday Boy episode was the fact that at the end of the credit scene, there's a clip of Lars saying, "Was it like a dog?" referring to whatever was under the mattress, probably being something dead. This might be in line with his dead animal collection. I believe he did have a drawing of his dog or cat.
Was it like a dog?
I'm glad they kept it consistent with episode 4 Killer Bars' posters. The Nirvana, Doom, and Joker poster all kind of set his room together and add a certain vibe that's uncomfortable. Isaiah also having an ashtray and cigarettes on the floor imply that there is some sort of family member who's probably living with him and that he's not totally alone. There's no signs of him really having a weapon, but he does have a box cutter on his floor. But obviously he unfortunately has bad intentions, and he does have a map of the school on his wall. If you made it this far, you'll be able to listen to the review of episode 7, Stranger Danger.
Okay, so how about Zenith Laser Storm? Had a good idea, actually.
We're busy right now.
I just want to appreciate the kid wearing a pentagram shirt. That's all.
Yeah, I think all the names are taken.
Let's just hit the random name generator option.
Oh, yeah.
That last pop-up box says virus found on it. Also in the settings, of course, Fugger has nudity checked.
Oh, yeah, check it out. Over here, we can, oh, we have to...
Are you serious? This is why video games aren't even, like, fun anymore. You know what? Let's just go outside.
Mark Anthony wanted to experience some of that nostalgic pay-to-win just for himself. Somebody named Rapfirst or Rapist messages this little kid saying ASL, which means age, sex, location. What sort of perverts would do that?
Yo, bro, what'd I tell you? I told you there was fine bitches on this game.
Shit.
Look at that. Look at that.
Can't tell you I'm surprised. Also, look at those posters in their background. Some like bikini girls they got going on and a basketball poster.
Bro, she said yes.
Bro, she said yes, bro.
I wonder if Mark Anthony listens to the same metal that Lars does.
When this bitch finds out we rap, she gonna be so wet, bro.
For real, man. I can't believe the username Rap First wasn't taken already, you know?
I can't wait any longer, bro. I'm about to fucking bust in my jeans. I gotta meet this hoe now. Where are we meeting this bitch? Okay, we gotta choose somewhere nice and neutral, public, lots of people.
Oh, true.
Gid says why not just bring her to our house. But thankfully Mo denies and said we need to be somewhere public and safe, which does show that they value consent. Also, Mark Anthony goes to meet them at Mechamart. I wonder if those cars belong to Lars' parents.
You know.
Hey, what's good, little man? You might want to skedaddle, cause we're all lubed up and ready to go. We about to get to work, bro.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, shit. No, bro, I think that's Blonde Betty.
Fuck's wrong with you, bro? I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. They trying to Chris Hansen us, bro. They trying to lock a player up and throw away the key. I thought you were an adult woman and I was gonna have sex with you.
Mo and Skid, believing it's a honeypot or sting operation, try and leave Mark Anthony, but he follows them.
Maybe we can, like, go online and find, like, a curated list of some of the best activities to do outside.
Oh, yeah. It looks different. Yeah, maybe Mark Anthony was playing well.
Now look what happened. He got abducted by pedophiles. We can catch them red-handed.
Fugger convinces Lars to go look for his brother, and they go to Mechamart to try and stop them, but they end up being too late. So then Fugger suggests that they look for a breadcrumb trail.
Or a blood sample, or semen sample.
Oh, there's like some crumbs here.
That is just a saying. It's not. We're not looking for a literal breadcrumb trail.
Damn, bro, why's little man still following us? Kid, can you leave? Like, leave us alone, bro. We don't want to be your friend.
What's up?
Bro, why you eating all that bread?
I'm sorry, man. I just eat bread when I'm anxious.
Skid originally bought that charcuterie board to impress Blonde Batty, and he claims to have spent a lot of money on it, but Mo throws it away anyways. He also wants to use the basket for something way more diabolical.
I seen this in a movie once.
It's like Moses from the Bible. Yeah, I got you. Oh, shit, what the hell?
God damn it, that was the smartest trick I know.
The breadcrumb trail that Skid left leads him to that dumpster.
Looks like your little brother has been killed and dismembered.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I've located the murder weapons and what looks like what's left of Mark Anthony.
Oh, my mom's gonna kill me.
This confirms that parents do exist in this universe.
What the fuck is wrong with this kid?
It's like he's a ghost sent to haunt us or something.
The only way I see it, bro, we're gonna have to fucking kill this kid.
Mo sees violence as the answer to get rid of this kid. That is until some girls show up.
Oh my god.
He's so cute.
Yeah, that's my little brother. We were just playing a little game. We were playing Army Men, you know. I was having some post-traumatic stress saying I was gonna kill him or something.
Oh, you're so brave.
The Lord is smiling on us today, my friend.
Lars and Fugger go and look for a new little brother. Also peep the anti-homeless bench.
Your mom won't even know the difference. Alright, there's bound to be a few here his parents won't care if they go missing.
Hey, can I be like your new big brother? Do you want to like live with, like, we'll live together and stuff?
That attempt was pretty unsuccessful, but luckily Lars does spy something in the distance.
What about that one over there? He looks pretty similar.
What the hell? That is your little brother. Look, he's with those two assholes.
Whoa.
Yeah, I actually taught him that trick.
Creeps, get away from him.
Yo, he's trying to rape my little brother, bro. This kid's a fucking chomo. Get him, everybody.
All right, you're done, you little freak.
You gross little pervert. Don't you put your hands on little kids. Pedo freak. Disgusting.
Lars points out that that's his little brother and they should stop beating the shit out of Fugger.
You know, that's my little brother over there. Yeah, those two over there are they're the ones who are
So they were just lying to us? Bye, weirdos.
The fuck is wrong with you, bro? I was about to get so much laid, bro. Fuck you.
Fugger's alright though. I think he likes getting spit on. Somebody in the comments said they had a RTX by the printer. Also, somebody pointed out that Mo and Skid were apparently copy and pasting their lines. Mo being a wannabe Crip and that play on words, as well as him saying that he taught him to hop on one foot, is just so funny. Next, I'm just going to show some podcast clips that didn't really tie into any particular episode. Somebody on Twitter asked why they continued to produce Bridge Kids episodes, even though the first one is pretty self-contained, and this was their response.
I was down to do the second one, but Adam was really the one who was like, I think saw more potential in the sequel.
The following podcast clips talks about realism and adults in the show.
We'll try to keep adults out of things as much as possible, and when we put them in, they shouldn't even act like real adults. They should act like animals or goblin. You know, like they just like don't speak or speak minimally, like the SWAT team or like, you know, stuff like that.
Next, they talk about a scrap video idea that never came to fruition.
But Fugger having a hot girlfriend, like that will never happen ever.
Yeah.
We were actually once we were trying to write an episode with a Fugger getting an online girlfriend, and then he meets her in person, and it's actually an underage little girl, and he's inadvertently a pedophile.
Yeah.
But it was just it got too weird when we had to write like the situations after that reveal.
Like you like that's a hilarious setup, but you don't want to like that can't go anywhere.
Yeah,
it just needs the episode needs to end then.
That needs to be the end.
That needs to be the punchline. Yeah,
being like, oh no, goodbye.
So where's your sister?
No.
That logic is pretty understandable. Up next is another episode idea.
An episode where Fugger just has like something stuck in his teeth. I'm thinking more just like it was something that was stuck in there before the episode started, and it is still stuck in it by the end of the episode.
That's horrific. Why would you put people through that?
That's really disgusting to think about. Next, I'm just going to be covering the community's reaction to Bridge Kids and the cult following I mentioned earlier.
We submitted the Halloween episode to like a Halloween film festival that was running its first year near like where one of our friends lives in Pennsylvania. And then we won a trophy for it, which is nice.
People have created a Wikipedia page, an unofficial Reddit, a song remix, and countless fan art. There's been people from different regions who appreciate Bridge Kids. This guy who did reactions from South Africa. There's a guy from Russia who left a comment. There's people who relate to Fugger. There's a person who's verified on YouTube who said they like it. And several people found relatability in characters. And that does include Isaiah. I'll read out some comments that I didn't have screenshots for. Somebody said, Isaiah gives me a feeling no other animated character has. It is genuinely intriguing and makes me fearful, and everybody knows a guy like him. Another comment says, I know a guy like Fugger. I look like Lars, just better posture and glasses. I look like Isaiah. I swear I've met every one of these guys I've met all 4 of these. Believe it or not, episode 1 was made in 48 hours. It was submitted to the 2021 48-hour winter film event. That means that the show has been being made for 2 years. They have a Patreon where you can see some of the unscripted dialogue or outtakes, as well as a place where you can buy shirts, and I put everything in the description. I started this project in November, but procrastination got the best of me. Anyways, that's a wrap for now. Make sure to like and subscribe, and tell your friends about this video essay, please. Have a good one.